I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy
And I told you, like, okay, so without going deep into it, what are your feelings on season 1?
Season 1 was awesome.
Yeah.
I liked it. I like that Hero's Quest version of it. I kind of like it. This one's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
It's ironic because now season 1 was them from Mars to Earth. Now this one's like them getting from Earth to Mars. Like they've reversed it.
That doesn't take too long.
But there's like a time skip in between.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, it's season 1 was awesome, and I can definitely see why Joe said
you can't
season 2 hits your feels.
Dude, you haven't.
No, not that you can't get through it. It's just that it hits your feels. Like it really like season 1 did it a couple times. I even messaged you in the group, and all I said was one word: biscuit.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah.
And that was heart-wrenching. But they've already done that like 3 times in season 2 already. I'm like, holy crap! And they're just going for all of it now.
Just keep watching.
Yeah. I am.
That's all we can say to you.
That's
all we can say to you.
I told you my plan was to have this done before I went on vacation, and goddamn it, y'all are my witnesses. I'm a man of my word. When I tell you to do something, I'm do it.
Yeah, at least it goes pretty quick. I mean, for 24 episodes, for 25 episodes, it goes quick.
Yeah.
But
like,
you'll see.
It gets me, and it locks. Sorry, I'm eating a gelato at the same time.
No, you're fine.
It gets me. It locks me in, and like to the point where like I want to start the next episode. I just be into it to the point like when I wake up in the morning, I'm like smoking my morning cigarette. I'll have an episode playing. Like I'll watch any new videos that have been released from Bobby or any of them.
Yeah,
and then I'll watch an episode of Iron. No, of course not. Then I'll watch an episode of Iron Blooded Orphan.
Yeah,
and while I'm drinking my coffee and stuff, and sometimes it's happening, and not randomly, like more often than not, I'll just continue it. Like I'll let the next episode play while I'm getting dressed, and then while I'm driving to work, I have it in my car mount. I have it just sitting there playing while I'm driving to work and stuff too, because I got like a 45-minute drive to work, so I just watch another episode or two while I'm driving through. Like it's
exactly good. Yeah, and you what episode again? Season 2,
like 8 or 9.
Oh, okay, so you're almost halfway. But
the one dude just died. The one dude died. The young guy that was friends with the guy with his sister, and he just quit because he felt like he failed the Earth Force or whatever.
Oh, that guy.
The old dude got blown up or whatever. He's in the hospital.
N.Y.A.
Like, yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, N.Y.A. Mm-hmm. And his sister on Earth. Yep, that's right.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah. So
no, the sister.
I'm saying he quit them, and she was in school and whatnot, and he quit to stay with her. Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you started feeling the weird pacing issues yet in season 2?
Like the dragging.
Well, no. Well, there's not a dragging. It's the opposite. There's a rushing.
Oh, like the speed, like the rush.
Yeah.
No, I haven't really felt that yet. Like
okay.
I feel like it's
you will
towards one because they're trying to flip to go back to Mars now.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're gonna start
the first half. The first half mostly takes place on Earth, and then the second, maybe third. No, not even that. I don't know.
No, this episode they're on their way back to Mars.
Yeah,
now.
I'm just trying to think exactly where. Well, I'm trying not to spoil
Mikazuki and Orga were on the ship talking about they're heading back to Mars. It'd be like 3 weeks before they got there. That was literally.
Oh, that's right. That's right. How did you like the results? I know I said I wasn't going to go into depth on this. Just one quick question. So the results of the final battle from season 1 and the effects on Mikazuki.
How I feel about the arm thing. Like I'm still trying to understand why it's that way.
You'll find out.
I don't understand.
You'll find out.
Okay. But I know it works when he's into Gundam and all that. Like it works fine.
There's
and also or maybe it's not they're in one, but the little cook girl thinks that she's in a throuple with him and the president lady.
We don't talk
like
about
the way
that.
she talks. She like
we don't
like
talk
she's
about
like
that, Ricky.
They sure as fuck do for multiple episodes.
You'll see.
She says some
just
really
keep watching.
Shit.
Atra and Kudelia.
Shit, man.
Yeah. Kudelia and Atra and Mikazuki's throuple.
For him, I'm there for this. And Mike's got to bounce.
Yeah, I'm aware. So you didn't have to say it.
Okay.
I saw it.
Yeah, I did because it's making it awkward like the segue. I know what he was.
He'll be back. He's going to the store.
Yeah.
So
I know.
well, I guess this gives us a minute to talk about it. But okay, so Yeah, this is not a spoiler by any means. It's
But
talk.
Naze's still my hero because his wives are fucking
Yeah,
hard.
Naze is one of my favorite characters, period, from that show, and he's
He's a
also one of
great
my
character,
favorite
and his
actors.
wives are hot.
He's one of my
Mhm.
favorite voice actors too. You see, he's voiced several of my favorite characters.
Okay.
I will say, okay, so addressing the Mikazuki paralyzation, and he's also partially blind too in that eye. It's because
Yeah,
of
they zoomed in
it's
on that.
because of the physical stress that the AV
Yeah, he
system puts on
overdid
him.
it with
Yeah,
the Lalo Levant, whatever the hell that thing's called.
it's
The system.
Elia Vijnana is how it's technically pronounced,
No,
but
it's not.
no, that's how it's
No,
supposed
it's
to be
not.
pronounced. That's not what they say, but that's how it's
No, it's not.
exactly spelled.
It's like the Layla
I know.
something or
That's what I'm
another.
saying. They don't. The English version.
Okay, 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 Weebo.
Yeah.
How
Well,
they say it in the show
okay.
is
You
like the
to
Layla
put it
Levant.
this way, the way the Japanese version of it is Eliashki. So
Okay,
the part
okay,
that's
Weebo.
the part that's spelled Vijnana is shki in there. So Elia is the same chunk. Either way, that doesn't matter. But the point is the way that those
And he
the weird
overdid that. No.
the nanobot thing.
Mhm.
So for those
Yeah.
who don't know about it in the show, so they have a direct connection to their spine and central nervous system that connects to whatever machine they're using, whether it's the mobile workers, which are the small kind of tank driven things,
Mhm.
or mobile suits, which obviously Gundams and other large robotic things, and it allows them direct connection to it, so you're no longer having to pilot specifically by moving your hands and feet. Your reaction time and everything is
It
fed
reacts to
directly
your
to you.
thoughts. Yeah.
Well, that too, but it's also it feeds you sensory information as
Mhm.
well. So I don't know if you caught this, like one of the first times when he fires up in Barbatos, he actually is
Mhm.
seeing through the eye cameras. Like
Yeah, yeah.
his eyes are seeing through those cameras, not just seeing
Mhm.
the screens in front of him.
So his arm is damaged because the suit's arm got damaged?
Not specifically, but it's because it is
Mhm.
overtaxing his system. But the reason it reconnects it is
Mhm.
because this is a weird way to put this. The
It
closer
fills in the blanks in his neural
not
neural
no,
network.
it's not just that. There's a quote unquote perfect version of that system where and remember
Uh-huh.
like Ein, what they did to Ein?
Yeah, yeah.
So Ein was one with the machine, period.
Is he
Like
the guy in the mask? Don't tell me
huh?
if it's a huge
No,
spoiler,
I'm
but I
not gonna
think
tell
he's
you
the
any
guy
I'm
in the
not
mask.
answering questions like that.
I think he's
Um
the guy in the mask, but I'm
so
not sure.
so uh what's happening is that basically it's not fixing or it's not reconnecting it technically.
You know what
Basically
I'm talking about? The robot
I know who
mask, not
you're
the gold
talking about.
mask.
I'm
I
not
know who
going
that
there.
is.
So, but
Yeah, I like it. I like that character design though.
yeah, I like the Gundam design in a way. Like it's one of
Hmm.
my favorite designs. Um, but the AV system, when used to such a degree and such a degree of connectivity, you become more one with the machine. So the further you
Hmm.
get to being perfect, the less of you is left. So
Plus, he's got three of those little things sticking out
yes,
his back
so
too,
he's the
because he's
only
done the
person who
surgery multiple
survived the
times.
surgery 3 times, and so that's one
Yeah,
reason why
everybody else
he
only has one port.
one or two. I think if I
Hmm.
remember correctly, Akihiro has two. Shino has
Hmm.
one, which is why they have different levels of connectivity as they go. And not every mobile suit has a connection. Not every mobile worker has a connection, and not everybody who does the thing. Like we have a new character in
Hmm.
season two, Hush, and that's part of
Yeah,
his
that
character
wants to be
arc.
one, but yeah,
Yeah,
they won't let him do the surgery because
yeah.
he's too old. But then Mikazuki just said, "Come on, I'll train you. I don't give a shit."
Yep, yep. Also, I like some of the new mobile suits we get in season two, like because now things have changed. So, Tewaz has developed their own new mobile suit line with the Sheetans, and they're mass producing them and selling them to people.
Barbados is still the best one.
eh, it's there. I forget. Okay, has it gotten its season two upgrade so far? I don't remember where that came in. I believe so.
I don't pay attention to that shit. I don't know.
Well, they start calling it a different name.
I think they did call it something else, but it has the
Lupus.
Barbados frame.
Lupus.
Yes, Lupus.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
so yeah, so that's my favorite version. The Lupus
Hmm.
is my favorite.
Hmm.
Because in case
But
you
does
don't
it have
know,
like more head crests and stuff, right?
oh no, if you actually see the changes they've made to it, the arms are longer, the legs are more beefed up, the headrest has changed, the front armor has changed. It's a lot. Like they alter their Gundams quite a bit over time. I mean, look at what happened with
Mm-hmm.
Gujin. Remember, Gujin was like a green frog looking thing, and then
Oh, you talking about the one that Akihiro drives?
yeah, and then when they made it
Yeah.
the then they made it the rebake, and
And
now
there's
they
like that brownish orange or
yes.
whatever.
and it's partially based on a Grays because Akihiro drove the Grays before that, the Grays Kai.
Mm-hmm.
So the head of the rebake in the later the Full City rebake is based off of a Grays head combined with the Gundam head. So it's actually pretty cool. And
You fucking nerd.
well, the Grays is actually my favorite grunt suit. Like a lot of people say,
Fucking nerd.
like I have like two things I have the most of is Grayses and GNXs, and those are two different.
Okay. Promise me you're sitting down right now because I can't see you.
I'm always sitting.
Okay.
That's why I'm so fat.
And promise me your hands are not anywhere near your penis.
They're not. One is on the desk and one is on my chin.
This show is making me want to get a Gundam for my collection.
I mean, there's plenty of them.
I know.
I mean, we might be able to work out a deal because I have stuff I need to get rid of.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about getting a Gundam.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna go the model kit route. I don't know if I want something bigger. I don't know.
I'll tell you right now.
I haven't decided yet.
Bigger is not a thing that truly exists. They basically, especially for this show, 1 to 100 scale is the biggest they get. If you want something like that, that's something I would.
I thought they had 6-inch scale ones.
Well, no. I'm saying that's the biggest. Is what I'm saying. So 1/10 scale. I'm sorry, 1/10. 1/100.
Yeah, 1/100 is small. That's why.
No, it's not.
1/100 is small. Yes, it is.
No. But
1/100 means it takes 100 of them to make one full size one.
Yeah, and you know how big the Gundams
That's
are.
why 112 is. Takes 12 of them to make full size.
But don't forget
110, it only takes 10 of them. So the higher the number, the smaller it is.
I know, but you got to remember a Gundam is legitimately like 80 feet. So they're big. They're not little bitty. The 1/144s are small. Those are the small ones. 1/144s are the high grades. Those are small ones. Master grades and
you're making up other scales.
No, it's the same scale. You just got to remember it's a huge fucking thing. It's not tiny. You know.
Okay, dickhead. Let's dumb it down for me then.
Yes.
Tell me in inches how tall this 1/100 is.
1/100 scale Barbatos Lupus, since we're referring to that, is roughly. Hold on, I gotta think about the actual size. 9 inches.
Okay, that would probably be the one I'd end up getting.
Yeah, and I could hook you up with that. I have one, and we could really make it good. And we can send it to Sean first for a nice paint job.
No, he's got to finish my Soundwave first.
Yeah, but the Gundam will take him no time. That'd be
yeah,
fast.
Soundwave will be cooler.
True, but a fully painted Barbatos is really nice. Either way, so and dude, there's kits for almost everything in that show because I have.
I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to build the kits. That's what I was about to say because I got these life models when I was younger, and my wife got me these. It's pretty cool. It's like the metal Soundwave things that you have to fold the tabs and plug it together.
Yep. That's very
different.
That
thing's a pain in the fucking dick.
Yes, but that's a very different thing compared to a Gundam kit. I will send you one of my kits that I don't care about that's not too difficult, and you can try it out without having to invest money.
Do you have to have special tools or glues for it?
Don't even need glue.
It's snap together,
color separated already. You don't have to paint anything if you don't want to. At best,
cool.
Legitimately, the bare minimum tool you'll need is a hobby knife of some sort.
Oh, I got that Exactos.
Yeah.
I got those.
And I mean, if you want to go slightly better than that, just get a pair of side cutters or nippers just to cut stuff off the runner. Then you're good. You need nothing else.
Cool.
Yeah, believe me.
I have to give it a whack and see how I like it.
I mean, I only have a few hundred of them. I think I know what I'm talking about.
I know. That's why I mentioned it to you. That's why I asked you if you were sitting around and had your hands off your dick because I didn't want you to get all excited.
No, that's fine. I mean, considering, teasers on here, I don't know how much into this particular hobby I am anymore. In the vein of Gundam at least, because there's nothing for me to latch onto currently. There's no current running series. There's nothing big that I'm interested in, and I have
They haven't ran any new shit in a while, right? Isn't that like one of those things where it's old in Japan and they just bring it out over here later?
No. Now all Gundam series run concurrent.
Okay.
And plus, because the world or the internet exists, you watch everything on Gundam Info on YouTube. New series are almost always dropped there. IBO was the first one. Hold on. IBO was the first one to actually be simulcast. So it was the day almost simulcast, I should say, because it can't be at the exact same time. So
they got to translate it.
Well, no, that's not even a problem there because it's all done beforehand. Well, I'm saying, even the sub version was available immediately in America as well. The same day, but not the same hour. Obviously, time difference. But you could watch it online already. You could watch it on Crunchyroll, and it was available on. It was one of the first ones available on Netflix. So like,
Mm-hmm.
that was a big deal, a big, and that was right before Bandai was bought out by Bluefin, and they merged.
Uh-huh.
So Bluefin was Bandai's distribution here in the States.
I know who they are.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But there was a big separation of church and state back in the day. They weren't the same company,
Mm-hmm.
and Bandai had their rules. Bluefin just did stuff.
They were like Takara and Hasbro. I get it.
Well, no, because wasn't the producer; they're just a distributor. Whereas Hasbro and
That's
Takara
literally
both
what
make things.
no, that's literally what Hasbro is, the American distribution company for Transformers, which were created by Takara.
But they make two different things. But also, like, Bluefin wasn't changing anything to bring it over here. They just literally brought it over here and shipped it everywhere. But
Gotcha.
but either way, when they merged and that allowed both markets to exist simultaneously, that's when things really started changing. That happened during the IBO run. So we were getting kits here really close to the same release in Japan. There wasn't like a year gap and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was coming out nearly simultaneously. And also IBO was the last series that really matched the release of the kits with the appearance of things in the show. So
Gotcha.
episode 1, Barbatos and Grazes hit the screen. Guess what day those fucking kits were available?
Episode 2, day 2.
Day 2, yeah. So if
Nice.
you saw it in the show, literally the next day, those kits dropped online. And
That's cool.
they were doing that shit all the way through season 2. But the problem is at one point, because people don't know how to fucking keep things a secret, one earlier kit had teasers for an upcoming, not yet seen thing, and people threw that shit up online that day. So like it was still 2 episodes out from that actual appearance, but because that kit featured it in the fucking manual and on the back of the box, people couldn't fucking wait. Like, what the hell is this? And then just put that shit up
You
there.
would have been one of if you had gotten
No,
that shit first.
I'm against that shit, dude. Like that wasn't even like I want to be on the forefront of that, and we were reviewing the episodes as they dropped. So like
Nice.
for me, it was like, oh, what the fuck? I really didn't want these kind of spoilers. Now you're talking about no current running series. The last one that actually existed was a short run, kind of an OVA, and that was another kind of
You have to stop with these fucking acronyms. What
well,
the hell
I described this to Sean the other day because he was bringing it up too. So OVA is an original video adaptation or something, or animation.
Okay.
So those would be extras, like things that aren't tied directly to canon, like we're talking about with Mike.
Like direct to video stuff.
Very much like that. So anything like Disney
Okay.
put direct to video would be considered an OVA.
Gotcha.
So, and
See, Mom, I'm smart.
you have to be smart. So this series was a build series, which is basically in the series people build the kits and compete with them in a virtual simulator, basically. And so that was the last thing we got, but it was a very, very short thing. They were like 7-minute episodes, stuff like that. Nothing crazy. Before that was shit. What was it?
Is there any real quick before you get into this deep ass fucking dive?
Yeah.
Is there any because I know there's a bunch of Gundams. There's like
Yes.
Gundam Mobile, Gundam W, Gundam Wing, Gundam X,
Wing is W.
Whatever.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them. Is
Yes.
my point.
Yes.
And Iron Blooded Orphans and all
Yes.
that shit. Is there any main character that ties them all together? Or is it just the Barbados?
Okay, so there is an entire and Joe was talking about this too. So there's a section of Gundam which is all one canon, and that is the UC timeline. That's the Universal Century timeline, and that started from original Gundam way back in '79, and there are still things being introduced in the UC even now that are new storyline because they had a fuckload of time.
And that's the Barbados, right?
No.
That's kind of what.
No. So that's the original Gundam, the original RX-78 Gundam.
It kind of looks like the Barbados to me, the blue and yellow and white.
Every main antagonist or protagonist Gundam has the same color.
Color
is always yellow, blue, white, and red, and some variation thereof. Every now and then it's a little different, but there are different universes now. To get into one of these weird dumb things, much like comic books, multiple universes as you go, and generally no crossover, except for when Tomino, who's the original creator, decided to get up his own ass and decide, like 7 series in, that all of them were somehow tied together, and like the universe was being reset, and every time was a new universe, a new timeline in the same universe. Like there's a thing called the Moonlight Butterfly that can wipe out all existing technology within its span, and it can actually span, I think, over more than a galaxy if it's let unchecked.
Okay.
So there's
Fascinating.
in this particular story.
Segue, Mike's back.
Mike's back. So in that storyline, he claims that everything that came before it all exists within the UC timeline, and it's just a difference of technology, new characters as humans basically get thrown back to the Stone Age, and then have to reset life over time because all technology is wiped out. It's a load of bullshit. Just let it be separate fucking things. It's stupid because there's certain things like G Gundam, which is more like a super robot show where it's like fantastical kind of shit, not just technology, not just dudes fighting in big robots.
Magic and shit.
It's not so much magic. Well, I guess in a way it's kind of magic. Like some of the stuff they're doing, it's like it's fueled by the heart and the passion of the pilot. You know,
I'll puke.
I'm
so tired of that.
I hate. Believe me, that is my most hated.
I just want
series.
giant weapons, giant robots blowing up.
Okay,
shit.
Mike. Well, they do that.
Just
They do
throwing
that
the
part.
ecosystem.
Believe me, there's lots of
But
blowing
even
up
more
shit.
so.
Yes. So
Oh, you know what?
I'm
There's your show title. Mike hates the geekosystem.
that might be a good title. I'm not gonna lie. Okay,
no.
Mike
get the
versus
whole
no
about
Mike
the heart
versus
thing.
the geekosystem.
There you go.
There we go. Mike versus
There you go.
the
It sounded like an
geekosystem.
episode of Chuck.
No, it's actually
Yeah.
it's a episode of Captain Planet.
Mike versus the world.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Meh.
so to yes, there are universes that are set together, and there's universes that are completely on their own. IBO is
Okay.
its own thing. There's no, it's not tied to anything. Original Gundam.
Oh, that sucks because I like Mikazuki, man. I'd love to watch a whole series just about him. I love that character.
I mean, this is Mikazuki's series, so I mean that's what you're getting.
But I'm just saying it's only 2 seasons. I want more. Like I want more of the flashback stuff to when him and Orko were younger.
Unfortunately, Gundam doesn't do that. Even
I know.
even when they
I know that's kind of annoying.
but
isn't it?
even when they do tie it into the same universe, so like original Gundam was around Amuro and Char, so they're good guy, bad guy, and
You're making up words.
no, I'm not.
No, he's not.
Amuro Ray and Char as an apple. Anyways,
Char's ass is an apple. What the fuck?
Char as an apple.
Charred apple ass.
That's, to be fair, that's not his name. That's just
Charred ass apple.
Shut up. Look,
There we
okay,
go.
so look, they set the tropes. So they set the tropes. Every main protagonist is what we would consider an Amuro type, and then there's every
The orphan that nobody likes.
well,
type shit.
so the concept of a masked protagonist who is piloting a very flashy anti-Gundam was set by Char. So Char,
No, that's an antagonist.
yes,
Zaku.
yeah, so he
You
was
said protagonist.
yeah. Well, I said well, yeah, I guess I did too. Sorry.
Potato.
Well, that's the other thing is
Potato,
one thing you
tomato.
learn about Gundam.
I'm kidding.
No, actually, potatoes are
Is
potatoes
the
in the
bad
show.
guys become the good guys?
Well, not
Yeah,
become.
like
It's perspective.
Yeah,
Because
that
some series,
the one dude with the gold mask, they're not working with him now.
Yeah.
He was an antagonist.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the blonde haired, blue eyed guy wearing a mask is a Gundam trope.
Yeah, I got you.
And
That's what I thought you were
piloting a red suit. So he
Yeah.
is like, and we
Yeah,
call them
it's
Char
original.
clones. So but actually within the UC there are actual Char clones. Like they tried to replicate what he
Jesus
was.
Christ.
Dude, if you get into original Gundam, there's a lot of crazy sci-fi shit. Let alone just the new type magic, which we're not even going to get
This
in
is
there.
definitely some Final Fantasy VII Sephiroth.
Oh,
Fucking
there is.
Zack
No,
Cloud
no,
shit.
Sephiroth.
Yeah,
Hold on,
pretty
Mike.
much.
Mike, is Sephiroth not a Char clone?
Oh yeah, totally.
Like,
Yeah. So
It reminds that the guy with the gold
Totally.
mask.
There is
guy with the
no
gold mask.
denying it.
yeah.
when they first showed him, and they did it from that profile, that backwards profile where he's in the office. I
Yeah.
was like, dude, that looks just like Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that shit was
So
awesome.
no
Because
joke.
it pretty much is.
Yeah, so no joke, Ricky. Sephiroth is basically a Char clone without a big robot to pilot. So like the
it's a anime trope. I get it.
it is,
It's a
but
man
this is a
for the
specific trope. Like this is a very like within anime, it's a very specific trope. So it's really kind of funny. But either way, if you're interested in original Gundam, it's hard to watch the original just because of the animation. But if you can get past that, still a cool story. I would also suggest if you watch original Gundam, you need to watch Gundam The Origins, which is a more recent series that's actually a prequel, which is actually really fucking
Should I watch
good.
that first?
No, because you need the context. If you don't have the context for it, it's like, okay, why? You know. So if you have it it's like the prequels for Star Wars. You don't watch the prequels first. You watch 4, 5, and 6 first.
Yeah.
No, that's how I would watch it
that's
if I
law.
watch it in the order I want to, but I am OCD, so when my kids want to watch Star Wars, we start at 1 and we work through to 8,
so I
and
don't
I
believe in
stop
that.
watching it, and they watch mine without me.
I believe in
No, I showed them right the first time,
yeah.
but now it's numerical. Like, I'm OCD, it's on my shelf.
Yeah,
it
but
is
I'm saying
Oh, I
the
get
first
it.
watch, you're gonna watch it in
Mhm.
release. So
in the correct order.
yeah, in the correct order. So yeah, Gundam
4, 5, 6,
if
then
you
1, 2, 3,
yeah,
and then 7,
and then 7,
8, and I'm out, and then
and
they
then
watch
just 7,
9.
yeah, and then
No,
just
they
watch
watch
7.
9,
It's
yeah.
fine. But no, I'm
Right.
just saying that if you
2, 3.
yeah, so if you do watch that, and Netflix has the Gundam quote unquote movies, they just condensed it. There's a whole lot of crap about what happened to the original series, how it got basically nerfed by
And all the
the
shows, yeah.
TV or by the studios. They just said screw it, we're not going to do it. So it actually came back and in movie form, quote unquote, just condensed it to movie form, and then it became famous after the fact. It was not loved in its original heyday, and then he expanded from there. And then there's Zeta, which is the direct sequel. Then there's Double Zeta.
Double Zeta.
Yeah, and then Char's Counterattack, all these kind of things. So it's all the same, and that's actually supposed to be like over the course of like 5 years, like it's a 5-year chunk of timeline.
Yeah.
But then you start jumping ahead. You jump to like F91 and X.
Hey, F you, buddy. Don't talk to me like that.
Yeah. So either way, there's a lot of storylines that are, some of them are like future, like way in the future, like 150 years ahead, but in the same timeline. And so in between, they start filling in, and then like Gundam Unicorn takes place in the.
I'm not watching anything
Yeah, how
called Gundam.
far is that anyway?
Huh?
How far is Unicorn anyway?
In the future, it's not that far. I mean, it's only how far is it? I think it's only like 15 years past original Gundam. Yeah. Okay.
Really?
So
More.
no, because original Gundam takes place in 0083, and
Yeah.
Oh my god!
and
You guys are fucking nerds.
well, one
Where's
thing.
Sean at? I need Sean to
Yeah.
get nerds with you guys.
No, okay. So original Gundam's in 0083. Unicorn
Yeah.
takes place in 0096, so it's only 13 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's only 13 years later, and then Gundam Narrative takes place 1 year after the events of
Oh my
Unicorn.
fucking Christ! There's that many. I'm pretty much
Dude,
out on
but
that.
that's only in that timeline. Don't get me started on the rest of them. There's Gundam Age, Gundam
No, please
Double O, Gundam
Please
Wing,
don't.
Oh yeah. Then
Seed,
it's like
Seed Destiny.
wobbly, timey-wimey shit.
Yeah, when you really start playing around with all the different timelines. I mean, I will give you a list of the better ones to watch that are only like 1 season or 2 seasons, so you don't have to like have the like 13 season.
Nah, I think I'm
to
good with
catch up
just Iron Blood and Orphan is the original.
The last thing we want is for you to get an aneurysm trying to figure it all out.
I would say at least give Double O a try, because there's a lot of the same creative team that's involved with IBO, and it doesn't get the hate that Wing does, even though it does similar things to Wing. Like Joe talked about Wing basically being like Power Ranger boy band shit. Double O follows a similar trope, as it's a team, but not as bad. I'll say it that way. Wing was good of its time, but it is definitely dated now. But there's a lot.
Yeah, true.
And if you want to get out, that's fucking pointy. The little protective thing.
All right. Off the Gundam shit, because
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
fine.
like you could talk about.
No,
Gundam
I
as
will.
much as I
Yeah,
can
we're gonna
talk
get off
about
of this.
Batman.
It's fine.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy body full of tats.